Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's been having a good weekend. Today we're going to be going through the sales update, how we did this week, see if we're heading in the right direction. My goal is to be over $1,000 in net profit by September. So we got a couple weeks to get there, but let's see how we did. We'll go over the top 10 sales of the week and then go over the total numbers. So number one was the Toshiba VCR DVD Combo. Total sold, it was $113.21. I did pay $20 for it, but it was still a great profit. It sold within a week, so really quick. Definitely keep your eye out. Be on the lookout for DVD VCR combos. Not every single one, but typically if you can see that it says recording, like a DVR on it, that's what people are looking for, and they sell super quick. So you can pay, $20, even $30 for them. They'll usually sell within a week. Definitely worth it. So that was our biggest item of the week. The total with shipping was $113.21. And then we had, let's see, are we in order? We are in order. So then we had Globe skate shoes. Those were actually shoes that I had purchased and only wore a couple times just because I didn't like the way they looked. Those went for $69.15 total with shipping. So that was a great one. That's a good brand to be on the lookout for. They sell well if they're in good condition. You just don't find them very often. Next up was another pair of shoes, some Brooks Beast GTS 24s. So these are some of the newer models. They were size 12.5, so that helps. Bigger size men's shoes. They're harder to find for guys in the stores, so a lot of times they shop online. Sell-through is really great on those. I think it was like 200%. Took an offer for $50 on them. I paid $15 for them. The total with shipping was $61.62. Next up, we have some CDs, some audio CDs. It's Tony Robbins Mastering Influence. It's a 12 CD set. That sold for, I took an offer for $40.99. Excuse me. That one also sold within about a week, and I had a few messages on it right away. I was surprised. I paid $3.99 for that, so that was a good pickup. Definitely be on the lookout for Tony Robbins, or just, in general, like speakers, their audio CDs, older ones that aren't in print anymore, that you just can't find anywhere else. People will definitely pay up for them, so it's definitely something to look out for. The Boy Scouts of America, the vintage shirt that we got, the newer one, it's microfiber. That I took an offer at $38. Those usually sell for about $50. But I've been trying to move stuff quicker. So if I get a reasonable offer on stuff, I'm taking it. With shipping, that was $48.69. So I probably made a couple bucks off shipping on that. Then we have some more shoes. Sebago Dockside Clove Hitch. They're like a boat shoe. Those are pretty nice condition. They were men's size 10.5, which is a great size. I took an offer for $36 on those. Had them listed for $50. Those sold through within a week of having them. So that was a great pickup. Levi's Premium 551s, the premium with the nice leather patch on the back, or the leather tab on the back. Those were 34 by 32. That's like the best of the best size for men's jeans. It's the most popular fit. Those went for $33.99, and total with shipping was $44.53. Probably pretty close to what they were because they were pretty heavy. Then we have a Nike Golf Tour Performance, dry fit navy blue, just a nice quarter zip. That went for $28.24. Total with shipping was $40.29. So I probably made a couple bucks off shipping on that one. That, I don't know. I don't think the sell-through is great on normal, just Nike Golf quarter zips. But if you find the ones that say specifically Tour Performance, because they're, like the higher end golf line, those do pretty well. The sell-through is pretty good on those. The Halara jeans, I showed you guys in a previous video. We picked those up for, I think $2 or $1.50, something like that. Those sold for $25. Those also sold fairly quick. There's 1711 in the SKU system, so probably 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, something like that. BKE Stella jeans, women's boot cut. Those are a great style to pick up. Those sell through quick. I think I had those for a week. They're in the 2000 SKUs, so maybe 2 weeks. But those went pretty quick for $23.79. Then we got a Wonder Bible. I'm not sure if I showed you guys that in the bins video, but Wonder Bibles, this one was brand new, so it went for 26. They go up to like 35 if they're brand new, but I listed mine pretty competitive just to get it to move. And even if they're used, if they're still in working condition, they'll go for like $15 to $20. So if you can get them for $1 or $2, definitely a good pickup. And then the last 3 we'll go through here. We had one of those Army jackets, the U.S. Army combat uniform. It was a small short, so weird size. Didn't think it was going to sell through as quick as it did. Only had it for a couple weeks. Went for $23.79. And then a pair of Prana, Brian is the style, Briann. Pretty quick moving style. I think it was like 50% sell through. Those sold for $25. And then the last one here on the list is vintage Levi's. They're 550s, mom jeans, so they're women's, size 14, and they went for $21. So that's it for the big sales, or I guess the biggest sales of the week. We had a lot, but those were kind of all the top ones. Looking at the numbers, our goal is to get to over 1,000 in net profit a week. We definitely didn't make it, but the good news is we're up 10% from last week. So last week, I think we did $850 in profit. We're up 10% in total sales, which is a good sign. We had $1,379.90 in total sales. Selling costs hit us pretty hard because I sold more items this week. Last week we sold 42. This week we sold 50. So we're up 22% on items sold. But the downside is we're down 10% on average sale per item. So I did have a few bigger items like the golf clubs, and I sold 2 VCRs. So there were a few items that were like $100 plus that brought up that average sale amount. This time, not as many big ticket items. As you could tell from the list, the biggest one was that one DVD player. That was the VCR DVD player. That's the only one that was over 100. So that kind of hurt our average sales price for the week. But we're still heading in the right direction. So $813.73 in profit on eBay. My category, let's see. So women's jeans is still number 1. Number 2 is DVDs, and then number 3 is clothing, shoes, and accessories for just the shoes for men. So we are trying to shift that the other direction, which it will eventually. I'm still going to be picking up women's stuff, just not as aggressively as I was. I'm going to be leaning more towards men's stuff because it seems to sell just a little bit higher for the stuff you can find a little bit more common. So it will start shifting a little bit, but for now we're still, the women's clothing is still the king. But yeah, that's it. That's not including, so I'm just trying to be transparent with the eBay side of things and look at just eBay. Poshmark was pretty busy this week. I did a little over $500 in profit on Poshmark, and then maybe about $100 on Vinted. So total profit, we're definitely over the mark, but my goal and what we're tracking is definitely just eBay. I want eBay to be net sales over $1,000, which we are getting close. I think within the next couple of weeks, we're going to be there. I was out at the Goodwills today. The Goodwills in the greater Grand Rapids area, they were doing the National Thrift Store Day sale, so they were doing 30% off everything that wasn't the new tag. And the amount of people and the amount of moms with their kids out there shopping should be a pretty big indicator that we are in back to school shopping season, which rolls into fall wardrobe changeover shopping, which rolls into holiday shopping. So we are right on the cusp. I think I think we're just going to continue to kind of snowball with sales. But that's it. It was a good week. Definitely reasonable. It's feeding into more inventory and paying the bills. So let's just keep the momentum going. I appreciate you guys tuning along with me. And if you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. I know I did the sourcing video for Salvation Army yesterday or the day before. And I will do the haul video. That's going to be tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Definitely, I'll keep you posted on it. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you soon.